game plan before the ball is even snapped. He can run inside zone, outside zone, gap concepts, and he can motion out wide and win against linebackers in space. If Breece Hall isn't in a Cowboys uniform, suddenly linebackers hesitate. Safeties creep forward. Play action becomes believable again, and the entire offense breathes. Yes, he will be expensive, but championship windows are not built on discounts. Then you look at Travis Etienne, and you see a different kind of solution. Etienne brings speed, fluidity, and mismatchability. He thrives in space. He's dangerous on screens, angle routes, and wheel routes. In a Cowboys offense that has sometimes felt rigid and predictable, Etienne injects creativity. He allows you to stress defenses horizontally, not just vertically. He fits the modern NFL, where explosive plays often come from simple concepts executed by elite athletes. Kenneth Walker, on the other hand, represents controlled chaos. He is violent, decisive, and relentless. He's the type of back you hand the ball to in the fourth quarter when everyone in the stadium knows what's coming, and it doesn't matter. For a Cowboys team that has struggled to close games late in the season, Walker offers identity. He brings an edge that Dallas has lacked since its most physical offenses. And then there are value options like J.K. Dobbins and Tyler Algier, backs who may not dominate headlines, but dominate contact. These are tone setters. These are players who make defenses feel every carry. For a front office that loves flexibility, this is where smart aggression can live. But offense does not survive without protection, and that brings us to one of the most uncomfortable truths about the Cowboys. The offensive line is no longer a strength. It's a question mark. This is why the 2026 free agent tackle class is critical. Braden Smith represents stability. He's not flashy, but he's reliable, powerful, and technically sound. He gives you competence at a premium position, something Dallas has taken for granted in the past. Jonah Williams offers versatility and experience. He's played in big games. He's seen elite pass rushers. He understands NFL trench warfare. For a team trying to protect its quarterback investment, that matters. Veterans like Cam Robinson, Trent Brown, and Kelvin Beachum all represent different levels of risk and reward. Brown brings size and power. Robinson brings athleticism. Beachum brings professionalism and experience. These are not long-term fantasies. These are real solutions to real problems. If Dallas ignores this position again, it won't be optimism. It will be negligence. Defensively, the conversation becomes even more urgent when you talk about pass rush. Championship defenses do not rely on hope. They rely on pressure. And this 2026 class is loaded with edge defenders who can tilt the field. Trey Hendrickson is relentless. He wins with effort, technique, and motor. He doesn't need perfect conditions to be effective. He creates chaos. Jaylon Phillips brings explosiveness and upside. He's the type of defender who forces offenses to slide protection, and that alone creates opportunities for everyone else. Then there are names that still carry fear: Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. Yes, they're veterans. Yes, there are durability questions. But when healthy, they still command respect. And sometimes, respect is all you need to change how an offense plays. Add players like Kwity Paye, and suddenly Dallas has options. Real options. Not developmental hopes, immediate contributors. At linebacker, speed is the currency of the modern NFL, and this class delivers. Devin Lloyd, Quincy Williams, and Quay Walker all represent range, aggression, and sideline-to-sideline ability. These are linebackers who can survive in space, who can chase quarterbacks, who can close passing lanes. For a Cowboys defense that has been exposed by misdirection and athletic quarterbacks, this matters. Even value veterans like Alex Singleton and Eric Wilson offer intelligence and toughness, traits that don't always show up on the stat sheet, but win games in December. Finally, the secondary, the last line of defense, and often the difference between good teams and great ones. Corners like Jamal Dean, Alani Taylor, Eric Stokes, Rick Woolen, and Greg Newsome too offer length, physicality, and scheme flexibility. These are not panic signings. These are players you build coverage plans around. At safety, Names like Cam Curl, Jaquan Brisker, Reed Blankenship, Kobe Bryant, and Jalen Thompson give Dallas versatility. Box safeties, deep safeties, hybrid defenders. The kind of players who allow defensive coordinators to disguise intentions and steal possessions. So when you zoom out and look at the entire picture, one thing becomes painfully obvious. The 2026 free agent market is not the problem. The money will not be the problem. The talent will not be the problem. The only problem left is courage. Will Jerry Jones finally treat free agency like a weapon?